action. Part 2. Press the button.
Yeah.
All right then, so what we're going to do for you guys that have now completed the sides and the back, we're going to jump into the top, all right? So the first thing you're going to do is where your horseshoe is you're going to go above the crown, you're going to section it, and you're going to comb that back into the back of the head. So your crown point, if you're not sure where it is, if you rest your comb on, where the comb leaves the head is roughly about there, okay? You will all find there's probably not going to be much to come off. All you're going to do is a quick check. So you're going to come in, stood behind, straight down. You're going to come out at that 90-degree angle. You're going to go for that 45-degree connectional point and just check there's nothing to come off. If there is, you're going to take that off. That is not a guide. There's never going to be a guide from the top when you're graduating. The guide is always going to come from the bottom. Does that make sense? So when you do that, if suddenly you thought, oh, there's a short point I need to connect it to, you're going to take all the weight out of the back of the crown. This is going to look short, this is going to look dodge, and that's going to have a bulk. So all you're doing is you're pivoting at that angle around the back of the head. That's the angle you've been cutting at, so you can't go wrong. So this is just a mind sweep to check if you've missed any bits. So you're going to go in, I haven't, stand, move, in, I haven't, move, in, I haven't, well I have, tiny little bit there, and then I'm going to quit. So I'm going to quit when I get to behind the back of the ear. Everybody comfortable with that? That's quite easy. Then we're going to let the top, we're going to brush it into the position that we want the whole haircut to finally end up in, which is sweeping forward and then coming into a longer point in that area. At this stage, what I want to do, if I just put the picture back up on the screen so you can see what we're aiming for. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to come across the top of the crown. I'm going to take a section, but this time I'm going to pull up at a 90-degree angle, but I'm actually going to angle my fingers to ensure I've got a longer point. So rather than coming up square, I'm going to come up and I'm going to angle. So my angle will be like this. All right, so that's going to encourage a longer area to stay in that area. This is where I definitely want you to point cut. Once you've done that, you're going to come across the head and you're going to pull that up just to make sure you've got connectivity at that same angle. So everything will stay at a 90-degree pull up and that angle to ensure you keep the length. All good? However, on this side, we're going to come around and connect on a rounded, so the shortest point from the side you've connected to the shortest point on the top, we're going to take the weight out of the middle. So it will be, if I just come around like that, up, angle, point cut, shortest point, over the curve, shortest point to shortest point, across the top of the head, pull straight up at a 90, find my angle and connect. So in a sense, it's that and that. So in a way, it kind of does this, that. And then you're going to curl all the way forward, doing exactly the same. There's my guide. Point cut, take a little bit of this, come over the curve, shortest point to shortest point connect.